Alright, so this is problem 4.6.14, which is actually from a different book because we're in the counting section. And so this is counting section 2, which is dealing with permutations. And this question asks, how many different ways can the letters of the word grammar be arranged? Okay, so the first thing that we want to notice is the use of the word arrangement. Anytime we're talking about an arrangement, we're generally talking about a permutation. And whenever we're trying to look at something like this, arranging something that has objects in it that are indistinguishable. So for instance, these two R's and the two A's and the two M's are indistinguishable. And what I mean by that is they're the same thing. So what we end up having to do is take a look at a permutation of this by itself without that fact being acknowledged. And then we have to divide by the n factorial in terms of how many repeated indistinguishable objects we have. So for this particular problem, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 objects. So this will be 7 factorial in the top. But then we're going to have to divide by the number of indistinguishable objects. So for the R's, there's 2 of them, so we're going to divide by a 2 factorial. So that's accounting for the R's. And then there's also 2 A's, so we need to divide by a 2 factorial to account for the repetition in the A's. And then same thing with the M's. So that one's accounting for the M's. Okay, so if for instance we had 3 R's, then this would be 3 factorial and then 2 and 2. So you're just dividing by the factorial of however many of those are occurring for the indistinguishable objects. Okay, so if we go through and just do the calculation on this, so 7 factorial, 7 times 6 times 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1, so it's 5,040. And 2 factorial is just 2, so this is 2 times 2 times 2, so that's 8. And if you take 540 and divide by 8, you get 630. So that would be our answer in this problem.